as we spawn into Jagannatha KBBLE for game number 1 of our best of 5 qualifying match here in the bottom left hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left hand corner with the red Zerg player coming out from the land of Taiwan. He is the second best player from Taiwan, or second best Zerg player, I should say, from Taiwan, but really making some splashes in this season of DreamHack, the final one of the year. He is, of course, a tasty snack, Yoger.
And
it's
spawning.
Back to me, the yogurt puns.
There you go. There you go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Hong Kong Zerg player, the best player in all of Hong Kong, representing his brand new team, the Juggernauts. It is GogojOey.
And he's definitely nautical.
What?
I'm assuming that's what "not" stands for.
What? No, the Juggernauts. Juggernaut, man. Like
Right.
a true North Jug, you know?
Right. Gotcha. Like Jughead.
There you go. There you go. Platformer.
Yeah.
So,
Yug.
yeah.
I guess I kind of appreciate they didn't go for Jugger Army, which would be, a little bit too obvious, right? A little too basic. Everybody would have gone for that. Not Army does sound cooler, IMO.
The Jug Army is less intimidating than a Nord Army.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, you don't know what's in the jugs. Could be acid.
Sure.
Could be Molotovs.
Uh-huh. What? Okay. God damn it.
Molotov with jugs.
God damn it, Yaku. God damn it.
It would be hard to seal that up, though.
Uh-huh. As we get into this series...
But that is a thing in the past, hasn't it been? Like, jugs full of oil, and then you put the thing at the end. Fire.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
The flaming pots. It was pots. Yeah, it was pots, not jugs.
There you go. But as we are getting into this series, I guess right now our eyes are on how the players approach this stage of the game, because they did have pretty standard openers. Are we going to see a more standard Roach versus Roach? It's something that we didn't see at all with Mystery Man. I mean, kind of towards the end, but again, it was kind of an awkward way to get there. And this time, this is what I wanted. Both players opening up the exact same way.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah. So because
mirror openings?
Yeah, so because of this, like, no one's being greedy, no one's gonna be cutting corners trying to get into early roaches, and we're gonna have a much more even mid-game, which is, we didn't get that today, man.
Yeah, I suppose not. I'm sure GogojOey appreciates this as well from his opponent. Still shaking off some residual PTSD from those spine rushes.
Yeah, it feels bad, man. Like, man, I had forgotten about that already, and now you just brought it up again. Like, what the hell? God damn it.
You blanked it from your memory because it was that painful to see twice in a row.
Exactly, it was brutal, mate. Speaking of brutal, Yoger making a massive wave of lings, but the big difference here is that Yoger isn't just going to have lings, he will also have his own offensive mains.
That he shall. Will mean that GogojOey has a little bit more time to get his own defensive banelings, but at the same time, he will have to be a lot more on point with his control. He's turned every single ling of his to a baneling so far.
Yeah, and to be fair...
I guess that means there's a lot less to lose here, 2 banelings.
Oh god, I mean, he needs to. Meanwhile, 2 for 2. Not bad at all, as 1 baneling will go off, avoiding the surround. Up.
I'm getting a bit of a heart attack here. Light. Yoger, he keeps diving onto the banelings and then pulling away at the last second. Very quick reactions from our red Zerg player. The Roach Roar has finished up here for GogojOey. Should be seeing him get a couple of those units out. Roaches, I do mean.
Yeah, and just like that, sure, Yoger was able to kill 4 drones, but that is all he got for his troubles. He is droning up like a madman behind this, though, getting that 3rd base nice and saturated, and transitioning into roaches.
That he is. GogojOey needs to get some counter damage done right now. He will perpetually be behind if he tries to just drone up. So he needs to drone up, and he also needs to do damage.
God.
I'm trying to snipe that Baneling best he can. GogojOey has a lot more legs. If he can snipe that Baneling, there we go! He will have momentum behind him.
That
He's canceling the Banelings that are being morphed right now.
Exactly, and with that, the Queen goes down, and now every single drone will as well. And this is necessary. GogojOey, he was down when it comes to the worker count, but now things have evened up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Queen will go down as well. Is GogojOey gonna press the advantage?
I mean, he may as well. It's not going to be with Lings, but roaches are being produced. He's a little bit behind when it comes to his lair timing, so it's going to take a while for the roaches to get across the map, but he does some nice damage.
He really does. And if he gets Galal right now, there we go. He won't be too far behind on the upgrades either. He's going to be the first player to get... Oh no, my mistake. Yoger actually got +1 range a while ago. I didn't even realize that. Yeah. GogojOey prioritizing his Carapace instead.
Yeah, because of that, it did help his Lings when they were across the map, but it will mean that his roaches are going to be a little bit weaker here in the roach versus roach battle once we get there. Meanwhile, Yoger being trying to be a little bit cheeky, waddling in the workers. I'm sorry, waddling in the Banes.
Oh, I don't think GogojOey's noticed. I don't think GogojOey's noticed. 7 drones go down, and all of that counter attack damage that GogojOey got earlier on, neutralized.
Exactly. GogojOey still has a lead, but nowhere near as large as it otherwise would have been with those 7 drones.
Yeah, meanwhile, these roaches are getting surrounded by the Zerglings. Yoger's own roaches push on for it. Galarian Constitution is about to finish up for him. He can't chase these down.
Oh, God.
Still not quite there yet for GogojOey. Yes, Carapace, which is something, but not the upgrade you want in Roach versus Roach.
Yeah, exactly. Yoger is getting some nice trades here, picking off whatever he can as he chases GogojOey all the way back home. But the defender's advantage, GogojOey has more than enough supply here to make sure he does not die.
It has kicked in. You know, Galarian Constitution has finished up for him as well. +1 range is about to finish up. It's going to be a little bit of a window of opportunity here for GogojOey, where they both have even attack upgrades, but GogojOey will have Carapace. Yoger working as +2. It's about halfway done.
That he is. Meanwhile, we do see Yoger trying to take a 4th base behind this, trying to find a way to get back into this. He does have the worker lead, to be fair, on top of this, and he's going for borrowed roaches, and it does not get scouted.
Question mark? Yeah, I mean, he sees that lair gyrating a little bit, but what does that really tell you? Yeah, it could just be a queen, exactly.
Oh boy, so Yoger being very cheeky here with his build. Meanwhile, GogojOey, instead of relying on the roaches, he wants to go for the mutas.
Yeah, some way of him getting harassment damage.
That it is. So I'm pretty sure that GogojOey should be able to buy enough time to get his mutas up and running. The question is, like, will Yoger be able to scout it and respond? As there we go, the Overseer dives in and he does see the Spire.
Oh, things are not looking up for GogojOey right now. Hydra then going to be the response from Yoger. Exactly what you want against Mutalisk. And you know, eventually with the Hydroden, they scale a lot better than the Mutas do, don't they? Because you turn them into lurkers.
Exactly.
And completely shred the roaches of your opponent.
Yeah, now the question is, because GogojOey knows he got scattered, is he going to commit and continue to make mutas? Right now, he's making 4. Sure, he's going to make enough to, again, harass his opponent, but is he going to commit and make even more?
That's going to be the major question. What's the detection looking like for GogojOey right now?
It's he's got a couple of overseers across the map.
What a beautiful split of roaches here from Yoger.
Exactly, he's waiting to pull the trigger. Meanwhile, the mutas are going to be coming across the map for GogojOey, but at the same time, at any moment, all of these roaches will pop up and wreak havoc in every single mineral line.
Yeah, Yoger's just waiting for GogojOey to move across the map with his roaches, like so.
Oh, no, not like this. And there we go, he pulls the trigger, he unbars the roaches.
Like so immediately. A couple of queens get taken out. And a lot of drones as well. GogojOey goes all the way back home. And now he's forced to split up his army to deal with this.
Yeah, and this is devastating damage. 17 drones go down. The army is forced to come back home. This is nice, though. The mutas are going to be able to chip away at some of these roaches, but the hydras are already coming out as well. So the mutas, they're not going to be able to do anything.
Mates, 18 drones have gone down. A bit of a nice concave here for GogojOey. They are even on upgrades as well. But Yoger has a ton more Ravagers.
Oh god, that he does, but he also has some wasted supply in Hydras right now, so the roaches, the pure roaches of GogojOey are dominating, they're pushing on forward, and he is forced all in because, again, those bored roaches are still just destroying his economy.
Yeah, he's keeping a couple of roaches back home to deal with that, but GogojOey really needs to at least even up the damage. I'll say, despite losing 23 drones, GogojOey isn't as far behind as I thought.
Just goes to show how many drones he had made as,
Yeah.
Oh god, this GogojOey is trying to force his way through this choke point, but again, it is a choke point, and oh my god, the concave here for Yoger.
Absolutely massive for him. GogojOey for a while had a lot of roaches that were just body blocked, and Yoger is breaking on through.
Exactly, Yoger taking a bit of a better engagement there, but you know what? There are no more Hydras, so now the mutas can kind of deal some free damage.
They can. There is still a queen in the back, but yeah, not much of a ground army left for GogojOey. Completely lost all of his momentum.
And this is disastrous because now GogojOey, he doesn't have an economy anywhere near as large as Yoger's to rebuild that army. Like, he's still down in workers. He does have 4 bases, but again, he's not mining efficiently from them at all.
Yeah, at the very least, he will be chasing down some of these rogue roaches, which is something, I suppose, but Yoger can very easily replace them, and I mean, yeah, that's what it really comes down to. Yoger is more than fine sending out a couple of roaches here and there on the off chance he gets economic damage. Because if they get taken out, so what?
Speaking of being taken out, the mutas all get picked off here for GogojOey. What's important though is that GogojOey is ahead when it comes to the upgrades, but he's down when it comes to the units, and GG gets called.
Yoger gonna be taking game number 1. And a lot of times when it is roach v roach, that can be what it comes down to, right? When you're in a roach v roach battle, the priorities of how you want to be ahead is 1, positioning, 2, supply, and then only 3, upgrades.
Ooh, yeah, exactly. And Yoger, really, the game-winning move, as we all saw, were the bird roaches. Like, that was... the amount of damage that they dealt was insane, and it really trumped that of the mutas of GogojOey. Again, and the thing is that really GogojOey, he knew that he got scattered as well. Like, he was aware of that, so... yeah, it's rough.
I do feel like Yoger, overall, throughout that game, was doing a really good job of controlling the flow. He was definitely the one applying pressure on GogojOey. GogojOey got a decent counterattack once, but other than that, it was all... the ball was very much in Yoger's court. Those Burrow Roaches killing as many drones as they did pretty much just sealed the deal for him.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh boy. But yeah, we'll see how this goes on a map like Romanticide. Hopefully, GogojOey just needed that to really kind of teeth his way through this, and now you can kind of get comfortable on a much larger map, on a much more macro map.
Definitely, we shall see. As in the bottom right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player coming out all the way from the land of Taiwan. He is, in fact, going to be up 1-0 in the specified qualifying match. He is going to be representing himself, as he's currently teamless. He is Yoger.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Hong Kong Zerg player. He is blue, representing Team Juggernauts. It is GogojOey. You know what's crazy to me? And I think this is something that is holding GogojOey back a little bit here.
Right.
I don't know if it's like maybe it's like a perception thing because he feels like he's like maybe the better player, so he doesn't need to. Every single ZvZ we've seen so far, it's been Hatch Gas Pool. Every single ZvZ we've seen. And it's understandable, right? Because he's probably thinking like, yo, it's Yoger, or yo, it's Mystery Man. I don't have to like be cheeky. Like I can just open up like this. But
I'm
like
confident in my macro.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, he can be really good aggressively. Like, we've seen it time and time again. We've seen him go for earlier pools, earlier gases, or something unorthodox, like an early, like, Evo chamber, like, mix things up. It isn't necessary, but it's a great way to mix up a series and gain early leads, you know?
Really is. Apparently he only reserves those for Mio Micah.
I guess so, mate. I guess so.
I guess it could be on the other... And is that tequila?
Mate, there's something wrong with your brain.
I guess on the other side of that, on the other side of that coin, it could also be that GogojOey really respects his opponents. It's like, yeah, you know, they'll probably be able to hold if I'm cheeky. GogojOey does play quite a bit on the Asia server, along with Yoger and Mystery Man and all these other players. So they probably face each other on the ladder a couple of times. Probably played a couple of custom games together every now and then. Can't imagine they do it too often, as again they are. They know that they're going to be opponents in tournaments. So, but yeah, it's probably something where they have faced each other in the past, and GogojOey's just like, yeah, they've held my aggression, so I'm just not going to try that.
Yeah, I know there's probably like logic behind it, but at the same time, you know, I would like to see some more diversity from GogojOey. You know?
Yeah,
mix it up.
You were saying, yeah, because as you were saying, he was known for being that foot on the gas, never letting up, the most aggressive Zerg player in the region, in two regions, funnily enough.
Yeah, exactly. So we need something to kind of like spark that inner flame that he has, that we know he has, to really get him going. We'll see if that's able to occur in this series, as currently he's down. You know, he's down in this series. It's something that we don't see too often here for GogojOey. So, oh boy, he has to be careful. As so far, both players have taken their third bases, but once again, just like the previous game, Yoger does have a Bailey Nest, and he's making a massive wave of lings.
That he is. How good is the control this time? Oh, look at that. He's even spreading out his lings on the off chance that GogojOey sends some lings to his way. Yoga likes to cover his bases. He likes to be as careful as possible. Well, I guess not entirely true, but he just likes to avoid taking unnecessary risks.
That he does. Meanwhile, he's going to try and get us around on this queen, but the banelings of GogojOey have finished up just in time. They're able to force the lings back of Yoger. But again, there's still plenty of opportunities, chances for some banelings to go off for either player.
Like so. Okay, there are actually no banelings in play right now.
No!
Oh, such a good trade for Yoger. Taking out almost every single baneling of GogojOey with only 2 of his own. To be fair, those were all of the banelings of Yoger, but what is one baneling really going to do here for GogojOey? It doesn't take much to snipe that with only a handful of lings and have the rest of your lings wreak havoc.
Doesn't take much, but one baneling is still terrifying. So Yoger comes all the way back home with all his lings. He makes his own safety banelings, defensive banelings, if you will, and GogojOey is free to drone up.
And he is, and we got a little bit of a role reversal here on game number 2. Yoger focusing a lot on his melee, which I feel like is going to work. It is just going to play into there. Or on the other side of that, GogojOey is focusing a lot more on roaches, which I think is going to play into Yoger's hand a lot better, because he is prioritizing melee upgrades and a ton of lings.
Yeah, I mean, the important part is, one, he kept a lot of his lings from the early aggression alive, so he still has them once that upgrade finishes up. The other thing is, I'm really curious to see if GogojOey is going to make that mistake that we saw his opponents make before. Like, is he going to be ultra aggressive with his roaches prematurely and get surrounded as a result? One important thing is that, oh god, GogojOey, he does lose a lot of lings, but he also confirms the sheer amount of lings of Yoger.
Yeah, typically the shoe is on the other foot. GogojOey is the player going for +1 lings against roaches, so hopefully he knows how to defend against that. Hopefully he knows a thing or two about that. Nice couple of snipes here from Yoger, but he will have to back away. Meanwhile, behind all of this, GogojOey is looking to be aggressive with his roaches light.
Oh, I love it. Hold on, let me just quickly check here. So he has deduced that his opponent is going into mutas because of the amount of lings, because of the lack of roach warren, or the roach upgrades, I should say. And now he's going for the Nidus. He's looking to kill his opponent before the mutas finish.
Was that scouted? That's what I want to know.
The Spire?
Well...
Spire was not scouted.
Oh, alright then.
Well,
the
there we
Nidus
go.
here from GogojOey will get scouted. Is this enough? I doubt it. Now it might be. And oh, look at all these stranded queens on the other side of the map. In the main base. Ay, ay, ay.
Feels bad, man. Unfortunately, the transfuses were not there, so that's a lot of free dead supply, and now suddenly GogojOey's on the back foot.
Yeah. Scrambling against Spire only now, but it's so much later.
Yeah, I'm so surprised that he committed to unloading with that Nidus. Like, oh
Same.
god, like, we didn't expect that at all. And now we have another Nidus. It gets scouted as well by Yoger. He's gonna dive on top of it. This one will have a little bit more HP, but oh god.
I mean, it should still get taken out. I do not want to see GogojOey unloading, and he doesn't, thankfully.
Oh god, that he does not.
Nothing's really been going his way so far this game.
Exactly. This series, I mean, the mutas come out, so they reveal themselves, so now GogojOey is getting ready with his own anti-air. Spores are on the way. He already had a Spire in production. Now it's his choice whether or not he wants to make Corruptors or make mutas. Mutas are definitely a choice that can be made, but it does make things a little bit harder. He cannot fight head-on because he will be behind in the muta count.
Yeah, he really will be. Like every now and then you get a scenario where the player who gets the Spire first stops Mutalisk production after getting their initial harassing Mutalisk, but that's definitely not the case. This game, Yoger is committed to mutaling Bane.
Yeah, that he is. And I like this choice from GogojOey. He does not go for mutas, he goes for Corruptors instead to try and hard counter these mutas of Yoger. He can find a lot of success. You don't need that many Corruptors to deal with this, but still a decent amount. And you have to be careful because, again, the mutas are kind of camping the production of the natural.
Just like so. 11 Corruptors are on the way, and that is actually very worrisome. Because you also don't want to overcommit to Corruptors at this point. Once you deal the mutas, what else are you going to be doing with them? You're going to be trying to snipe... You're going to try to snipe buildings? You're not going to try to snipe buildings.
You could try and snipe buildings.
Yeah, you can try to snipe buildings. Yeah, you can try to snipe. Yeah, but you're not going to try to snipe buildings. But you can.
Thankfully for GogojOey, he does have a roach army on the ground. So I think this is sufficient. There is a wave of lings on the way, but there is enough on the ground for GogojOey to deal with that.
Yeah.
More Corruptors are coming out. Upgrades are on the way. GogojOey, ooh, a little bit supply blocked. Again, because a bunch of his overlords got killed by these mutas. But I think he has enough to be a little bit safe here. A little bit.
Yeah. A couple of Spore Crawlers finish up, and now the Corruptors are starting to pin the mutas to a corner.
Oh god, that they are. As the mutas, they were able to kill 2 workers, but at the cost of 2 mutas. Maybe even 3.
Now 3, yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is that GogojOey this entire time has been stuck on 3 bases, and Yoger has a 4th, a 5th, and is getting a 6th.
Yeah, the only hope for GogojOey right now is to take literally the most perfect, the most efficient engagement of his life, and then counterattack while he has momentum.
Yeah, which is possible. It is possible. Meanwhile, he's trying to take a 4th base, but it's going to be denied. Thankfully, it was not killed. Meanwhile, another massive ling run by. The Roaches were a little bit out of position. They will eventually catch up with this, but oh god, he has to be careful not to be torn apart.
Which he shouldn't be right now. There aren't enough lings to really surround every single roach just yet. 12 drones go down behind this, which is definitely painful. And now GogojOey's forced all in. I mean, I really can't see him taking the 4th base or droning up out of this. He's getting an infestation pit, which is about to finish up, but I don't know. Do you think he'll have enough of an economy to get into the late game?
I mean, he can slow things down and try and invest into infestors. That is something that he could do, but it's a really slow way to play, and it's not enjoyable as a player. I don't think. At least I don't find it enjoyable. Just staying at home and maxing out.
11 spine crawls are in production for Yoger.
Oh my god.
That is the mark of a rich Zerg player.
A very rich one indeed. Meanwhile, ooh, Yoger commits to the fight. He's gonna lose a lot of mutas here.
By this point, does he want to lose the mutas? Question mark?
He's remaking them.
Apparently not. It's yeah, he is remaking them.
Interesting choice. Interesting choice that he opts to remake them. I mean, the queens are slowly running out of energy, so maybe he can just eventually snowball here. He's focusing down the corruptors.
Yeah, the queens are running out of energy over there. +2 flyer weapons is about to finish up here for Yoger, so gonna have a bit of an easier time dealing with the corruptors. The roaches come home. They want to act as a bit of a buffer. They want to take some damage from the mutalist, but they just can't. They just can't.
Mate, a lot of mutas are dying though. Like 34 mutas have died this game. Like these have been the best fights for GogojOey the entire game. It's been insane.
Yeah.
The value that he's been getting.
Very inefficient.
Yeah, exactly. Like he doesn't. You know, he has to be careful not to throw his lead. You know, he's supply blocked even as well. Like.
Like, calm down, buddy. Fortunately, with how fast mutalists are, GogojOey hasn't quite been able to have any spotters on the map, so yeah, he doesn't know at all about these lings, but he already had roaches in position in a very nice choke point too. GogojOey is actually absolutely crushing the engagements.
Mate,
there are spine crawlers, but they're all spread out.
He killed all the lings, he killed the majority of the mutas, now he's going for the counterattack. The spines, though, they did their job. They bought a lot of time here for the reinforcements of Yoger. Is it going to be enough, though?
But is that going to be enough? Because they're unupgraded roaches light.
Yeah?
For Yoger versus 2/2 roaches of GogojOey.
Oh my god.
The roaches, the corruptors are caustic spraying a ton more buildings.
Mate, you doubted
a lot of mutas, though.
You doubted the power of the corruptors versus the buildings, mate. They got a hatchery.
They did get a hatchery, but what else beyond that? The queens make the long march.
The queens waddle across the map for the transfuses. Behind this, the fourth base is finally on the way for GogojOey. And now GogojOey, mate, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going with this momentum. Ooh, a muta gets picked off in the middle of the map. Nice moves here by Yoger trying to catch reinforcements.
Very nicely done, and honestly, Yoger is starting to sweat a little bit. There's a lot of pressure that GogojOey is applying, especially on the ground, but Yoger's remade so many mutas. Can GogojOey really keep this attack up? Apparently so, as the corruptors get transfused and the mutas get shot down.
Wow! 1, 2, 3 wrong moves for Yoger, and that's it. GogojOey with the comeback takes the game. Mate.
I don't believe it myself. I 100% believe that Yoger was going to be up 2-0 in this best of 5, but I should never have done a GogojOey, honestly. There's a reason why he's the best player. He's the best player straight up from Hong Kong. There's a reason why he's been making it to the main event of DreamHack Taiwan, Hong Kong, Mongolia, Macau, Japan, and I'm over here bitching about him. Bitching about corruptors.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I love what GogojOey was able to accomplish there. It's one of those things where he was very patient. It was very and it was a rough road. It was definitely a rough game for him where he did claw his way back from a from just an awful place. He never got his fourth base up and running. But 3 bases was enough to max out on a very strong and efficient army. And it's not just the army, he himself had to be as efficient as possible with what little he had.
It's one of those things where Yoger was expanding like a madman. He's from the region Haas. He was up 6 bases. He was like, all right, I'm so ahead economically. I can just trade however I want, and I'll still be ahead. But the thing is, GogojOey was forged and molded by the likes of Mio, Micah, and Ender, his teammates. So he absolutely knows how to claw his way back in a low econ scenario. And now, I mean, I just don't know what to predict as we continue forward. We're not in the ace match, we're in the king match. There will be at least 2 more games after this, or I mean, it will be this game and at least 1 more beyond that, but hopefully we get all 3. It's Oxide, LE. We're in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have the red Zerg player coming out from the land of Taiwan. He is, of course, going to be representing himself right now as he's currently teamless. He's a madman when it comes to his expansions, but not quite when it comes to his engagements. He is Yoger.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Hong Kong Zerg player. He is blue, representing Juggernaut Esports. It is GogojOey. Wow.
It was some really good decision making from 2Proxy Hatch. Or no, from GogojOey, as 2Proxy Hatch is saying.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was great for him to like leave a squad of roaches at his third base, right, for that eventual run by. I would say mechanically, like his transfuses with his queens were on point as well, keeping his corruptors alive.
Oh
like,
yeah. He had what, like 490 APM average at the end of that game?
Yeah. Oof. That was clutch, mate. That was clutch.
Brilliant, yeah. What a comeback. And if you can come back from that, you can come back from just about anything. GogojOey is definitely who I have my eyes on.
Definitely. As we're getting into game number 3 again, it's still best of 5, so plenty more games to go after this one. This is all about the momentum. Who was able to take a lead in this series and break out from this stalemate that we have. As Yoger throws out a very fast Evo chamber. Mate.
Now that's one hell of a way to break that stalemate, ain't it?
See, this is what I was talking about at the start of last game, where I'm like, GogojOey, I want you to spice things up. This is the spice that I was talking about, mate. +1 melee, let's go, Link Flood.
You're stealing the spice right from under GogojOey. As GogojOey gets a third! No!
He's getting a third base. This is fine. This is still fine as long as he doesn't skip his Bailey nest. He also needs to scout and see. He needs to see like the natural. He needs to see the lack of drones.
He's got 4 lings. The Queens are trying to body block him. He does see a lack of drones. Can he go all the way and confirm the Evo? He will.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Wow,
Immediately he turns around.
Exactly. The scouting has been insane. GogojOey knows exactly what Yoger is going for, and now Yoger has to make a decision. He just got scouted, and he's up against GogojOey. Does he commit, or does he join up?
Well, his melee is about a quarter way done. He's getting third base, so he's not going to be going for a 2-base all-in. That said, he doesn't necessarily have to saturate that third base. He can just use it for larva, but if the game goes on long enough, it's much better to have a third than not.
I mean, when you go for a build like this, because it takes so long for +1 melee, you get a third for that larva, you know, because you need to pump out as many lings as you can. Meanwhile, GogojOey is aware of that, so he's already chipping away. He has ling speed, Yoger does not. Oh,
yeah,
look at that
that's
dance.
The issue with this. Yeah, it's brilliant. Sets circles around the lings. Now the Queens are getting in position. I don't think GogojOey will be able to break this hatchery, but he's getting it pretty low.
Very vulnerable to a future attack. Meanwhile, GogojOey does have his Bailey nest up and running. A couple of Baileys are being morphed in. Yo, he wants to just keep on going, but he has to be careful because +1 melee is about to finish up.
That it will. Metabolic moves finishing up for Yoger as well, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit easier for him to micro his lings. And surprisingly, GogojOey, okay, so trying to go for a bit of multi-prong, it seems.
Yeah, he has a couple of Baileys over on the left-hand side to try and catch a run by. He himself has a bunch of links here. He has to be careful not to let on. Oh my god.
We'll be able to snipe 1 bailing out from Yoger at least. It's a little bit awkward counting Banelings, but it is kind of what you want to do in a Lingbane versus Lingbane scenario, like so.
It really is. As, oh my god, the Banelings, the Lings are being herded towards each other. We have roaches coming out, but one of them does get surrounded by GogojOey. Nice snipe though on the Banelings of Yoger.
Yeah, able to deal with the vast majority of them. And when you get a couple of roaches out, you know, so long as they don't get surrounded by these +1 lings, they're actually invaluable. You can use them to snipe so many Banelings, especially slow Banes. It is a very important unit right now for GogojOey.
Yeah, meanwhile, we do have a massive Ling run by into the main base of Yoger. GogojOey just completely outpositioned his opponent, but he does take 2 Banelings to the face, loses all his Lings.
I was going to say, that should be the end of the aggression from GogojOey, but apparently not. He believes in his roaches, and why shouldn't he?
Exactly, with the power of the roaches. Their goal right now is to try and snipe these Banelings. Oh! One gets baited. Second gets sniped.
And a third goes down. That's all of the Banelings that Yoger had. These Lings are in a very I don't even know the word for it. A very dangerous scenario. The Queens are on transfused energy, so plenty of Banelings here for GogojOey. Yoger kept back so much because of these Banes. And now the Roaches are dealing with the third base finally. The Banelings are dealing with the Zerglings.
That they are. And in the end, the third base of Yoger will go down. The Banelings finish up, but it is a little bit too late here as now GogojOey has knocked Yoger down to 2 bases.
More Banelings being morphed right in the face of Yoger. Bit of an awkward timing to do so, as Yoger did get his reinforcements in position, but again, that's all GogojOey really needed to do. He's ahead on bases. He is a little bit behind on the workers, but he's got a ton more production. He can absolutely catch up in the worker count.
He can. Meanwhile, we do have a nice round here on the Queen of GogojOey. So Yoger does get a little bit of snipe here. Yoger can even get a couple more Roaches.
Very good surrounds here. Finally, the Roaches are starting to fall. One Roach falls. Things trying to see if they can get any damage done, but the Roaches are in position. I'm just looking at the supply difference right now. Like 34 army supply versus 18. I mean, GogojOey still has a army that isn't quite as capable as it could be. He's still on hatch tech, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, still on hatch tech, so can't really get the upgrades.
Yeah, but again, GogojOey doesn't want to because he's pushing out across the map. He's a little bit vulnerable. He could get surrounded, but that is the purpose of these Banelings. Oh, as they are a little bit far away from the Roaches, they need to be there to support their boys.
Slow Lings, man. Slow Lings. I do like the response from Yoger, though. Double expanding.
Oh god, oh god, oh god!
Oh, no!
Oh.
Just have a couple Lings right at the last second.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, when it comes to what you just said, Yoger does need to double expand. Like, losing a third base is huge, so he needs to get his economy back up and running, but the Roaches are getting across the map, and the Lings of Yoger are still out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they're being distracted by the Lings of GogojOey. Here come a couple of Roaches for Yoger, and with the Queens, there should be enough to chase away the Roaches. There we go. Plus one Carapace is also on the way, so I feel like as the game goes on long enough, GogojOey is going to be in a very mighty disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he has 0 upgrades. He's only just now working on his Evo Chamber. He's 0-0 against Yoger, who has +1 melee and +1 range, and soon just 1-1-1.
I didn't even notice +1 range.
Yeah.
Ay.
Jesus Christ. Because of this, GogojOey is going to have a really hard time pushing out. He may just... Again, that's why he's setting up defensively. He's being a little bit cheeky with a Ling run by, but... Oh, God.
We shall see. I mean, a Baelig waddle by isn't the worst idea in the world if he has eyes on the army, and he does.
That he does. He has to try and avoid these Roaches as best he can. Goes for another bit of a Ling run by. He's going to be able to sneak into the main base. Confirms the lair timing at least, knowing he is behind his opponent when it comes to that. Oh, and this is scary because now +2 is on the way.
Yeah. Thankfully, GogojOey did get a second Evo Chamber, so at the very least, he will be able to get double upgrades. Galabra Constitution finishes up here for Yoger. And we'll see if Yoger decides to go to counter the aggression here from GogojOey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just quickly looking at GogojOey's vision, and GogojOey is aware of the 4th base. He's aware of the situation he's in. I'm sure he also clicked on one of the units as well to see what the upgrades were looking like. And, like, if I were GogojOey, I would just be stuck at home. Oh, but he's actually making more Roaches. He's actually foregoing drones.
Yeah, that to me is insane, right? I would be thinking, alright, as GogojOey, I want to try to catch up, try to get a 4th base since it's finally coming into play here for Yoger, but I guess it makes sense. You don't want to play catch up when you're this delayed. Instead, just trying to rush out his upgrades as quickly as possible to be on even Roach upgrades pretty soon, and he has the opportunity to get to 2. Well, I say that, but his economy is really suffering.
It really is, especially after this Bane run by 5 more drones go down. But as we can see, GogojOey is not making any drones at all. He is going to be 100% all in here. And is it going to work? I mean, it's going to come down to positioning, I guess. But Yoger, I feel like he's realized this. He already has enough drones. Like, he himself is also making nothing but Roaches.
Yeah. Have to really worry for GogojOey right now. Who takes the high ground? Who gets a concave? That is what we want to be looking out for right now. Oh, GogojOey splitting up his roaches, which could come back to bite him, but at the same time could mean he gets a good surround. Instead, he meets up with the rest of his army, and we have a roach versus roach battle. +2 isn't quite finished up for Yoger yet!
No, it's not. At the same time, we do have a Ling run by, and he does distract a bunch of the roaches, a bunch of the supply of Yoger, so because that, he is able to deal damage to this hatchery. Maybe he would get a kill on the 4th base, at least that, and then back off, and then retreat.
That's the least of what... That's the very least that he needs to do. He can turn around on the high ground and try to fight this, I suppose, but he opts not to. He notices that Yoger has better upgrades. No, GogojOey, you don't want to go here.
The move command!
You don't want to go here to pathing!
Oh my
Please,
god.
puppy.
He was about to escape, but he loses another handful of roaches here. Oh, another mispathing there, but he does pull back. Yoger, he now needs to focus on his defense, otherwise he may just fall over. It was a nice snap on that 4th, but now he has to survive.
That he does. Or in even economies right now, Yoger, better upgrades. He's got a much larger army as well. But again, how well can it be positioned? Bloody army for Yoger is in the back, but it looks like he has enough numbers. The Biles are doing a very good job of zoning GogojOey out. The queens are coming into play. The transfuses have been used up. It looks like Yoger's breaking through.
He is 100%. GogojOey had a nice little counterattack, a nice run by, but there are just too many roaches, too many ravagers. GogojOey was far too behind, and GG gets called.
Yoger gonna take game number 2, now on match point. It was very nice to see that run by, as you were saying, from GogojOey. Again, just doing a lot with what little he had left. But in the end, it wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, like...
He did have a very strong lead, but he let the game go on for too long, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, he, like, again, he had to kill that 4th if he wanted the game to progress on forward. But it was a shame that he did lose, like, what, 5 or 6 roaches trying to retreat. It's a little bit of a pathing issue there as well. Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that would have been enough to turn things around, but... Yeah, it's just really unfortunate that GogojOey deflected the +1 melee aggression coming out from Yoger so well, put himself very far ahead, and then allowed Yoger to get away with that double expand.
Yeah, well, even before that, it's one of those things where GogojOey wasn't necessarily droning up.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, and it did end up hurting him.
Yeah. All in all, pretty good comeback from Yoger.
Just consistently on top of his upgrades, man.
Yeah, one after the other. It's, again, another one of those feelings where it's like, okay, I took a lot of damage. Show me, Crystal Ball, the way that I can come back in the series, and that he focused entirely on that. But regardless, we are going to be continuing this series. The final qualifier of the evening, the final qualifying match of the evening, I should say... As Javier versus Lemon, I assume, finished up. Here in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player coming out from the land of Taiwan. He is one of the best players from Taiwan, definitely top 2 Zerg. At the very least, he is going to be representing himself as he is currently teamless. He is Yoger.
Spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the Kong. No, that is Beastork, the King of Hong Kong, representing the Juggernauts. It is GogojOey.
And we do have a little bit of an update here. Javier versus Lemon did go all the way to the ace match, but in the end, Lemon took that series 3-2.
Ooh, yeah, Javier came so close to qualifying. That's why their series was so long, but unfortunately, it was not enough. Unfortunately, Javier could not close it out, and Lemon does make it through to the main event.
Indeed, he does. And now we have one final player remaining, who will be the last of the 8 over in the Taiwan, Hong Kong, Mongolia, Macau, Japan main event for DreamHack Winter, the final DreamHack Masters of the year.
Yeah, we may end up in a weird scenario. I know I'm saying this a little bit too early, but for the first time in a very long time, where in this region, every single player in the main event could be Taiwanese.
What?
Right?
Yeah, that hasn't happened for in like 5-6 seasons.
Yeah, it's
GogojOey
been...
has been very consistent making it through.
He has, and even a couple of seasons where Beastwork made it through as well. So, oh boy, the Taiwanese players really ramping
There was
up
one
there.
time where Psyark came in.
Was there?
I may be thinking of Seoris. A long time ago.
But yeah, we'll see how this goes here. We'll see if that is going to be the case, or if GogojOey can come back and retain his position in that main event.
We shall see. Yoger only needs un momento, por favor. In order to secure his spot, GogojOey has to win this, and then win another one from here. And Yoger's got a lot of momentum behind him. I am very worried for GogojOey right now.
Definitely. I am as well. Meanwhile, as we all get worried together here, I did want to give a bit of a shout out to Lucky in the chat, giving us a bit of a shout out, giving us some love and support from Portugal.
Hey!
Fala galera!
Galera!
That's not how you do it.
What?
God damn it. Fala galera! Lucky, I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I hope you enjoyed some of the Portuguese that we had earlier in the morning. While covering the Brazilian players. But yeah, GogojOey, now he, for the first time the entire night, is the aggressor as he is flooding links across the map, and he is the one skipping the Baneling nest.
Jeez. We're waiting all night for this. A couple of Banelings are finishing up here for Yoger. GogojOey gotta be on point of your link control. He will be able to take out this hatchery. What about the links? They make it out of there too. Nice little bit of damage here for GogojOey, giving him a little bit of a lead as things continue. I say a little bit because it is pretty significant taking out the third base this early on, but at the same time, GogojOey does not intend to get a third himself. Yoger has been known to come back from situations like this. Wait, he already has a third?
He has a third base. The forward third. Someone is blind. Meanwhile, the Banelings are rolling in, but the Lings of GogojOey to avoid them. They're trying to dive on top of the Queens, and they will get us around. Can they get it? Up!
They do. The Banelings do get sniped, but so do the Queens. Yoger has an opportunity to go for a bit of counter harass, but GogojOey, his roaches are starting to get into position, as well as 22 Lings to reinforce.
Mate, let's be real here. This is the GogojOey we know and love. Finally, he appears, because this madman killed the hatchery, he killed the Queens, finally loses his Lings, and just like that, just like clockwork, the roaches show up. The 1-2 punch. What is there to defend? A handful of Lings. Spines are on the way. To be fair, Yoger needs them desperately to finish up.
And he's buying himself a lot of time, but not enough. As the roaches break on through, they get right on top of these spine crawlers. The Lings get us around. Even the Biles land. The drone's providing a lot of buffer right now. GogojOey not targeting as well as he perhaps could. But now they get taken out. Drones trying to get us around, but they are unable to do so. Very good body blocking from GogojOey instead. And with that, we're going to our ace match. This is the GogojOey we've been waiting for. All night.
Swoop!
The Lings go zoop!
GG, well played. GogojOey, in very GogojOey fashion, a very quick and decisive game, ties up the series. And mate, like, this is the GogojOey we know and love. None of this, like, hatch gas pool, stay at home, get a Baneling nest, kind of just wait for your opponent to respond and react. Like, nah, mate. Nah, that's not how you do it. That's not Joey.
Not at all. And you and Mike agrees here.
Oh my god. Alright, here we go. We have made it all the way to game number 5. This is it. This is the ace match. This will be the final map of the evening.
That it is. And what better map to have our ace match on, Light, than Lightshade?
Oh, beautiful.
Spine rushing coming.
Oh no!
Yes! Reload into the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have the red Zerg player coming out from the land of Taiwan. One of the best players from Taiwan. It really would be a shame if we didn't see him in that main event. But it would be a shame if either of these players doesn't make it through. A sacrifice has to be made. One of these players, and Yoger, you know he's going to be fighting hard for a spot. He is! I kind of gave it away. Yoger.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade ALE, we have the king from Hong Kong. He is, of course, the best player in all of Hong Kong, representing the juggernauts, the Blue Zerg. It is GogojOey. Oof. Oh. The ace matchmate, one way or another, it all ends here, and one player is knocked out of the tournament. They're done, mate.
They are through. Yeah. Quite an upset, honestly, for either of these players not to make it through Mystery Man, mate. Popping off the season.
Yeah, Mystery Man just threw everything, just the chaos that ensued after he won, mate. Like, oh my god.
Pretty much. So shaking up the foundations of all we believe in.
He did. He shook it all to the core of the earth, mate. I thought it was Miyamika, but nah, it was it was Mystery Man.
He's apparently even more of a mystery than Miyamika. Surprisingly. Well, I guess they can, debatable. They're both rivaling that.
Debatable, mate, debatable. But here we go. So far, nothing crazy going on. We do have some pretty standard openers. Hatch, Gas Pool. On Lightshade, no one went for an early pool. GogojOey does not have to worry about the 12 pool with the drones.
Yeah. Which I'm sure he's heaving his relief right now.
Whew.
Like, oh, nice.
Oh god, thankfully he doesn't have that to worry about. Meanwhile, Yoger going for his third base at a reasonable, respectable, normal time. Meanwhile, GogojOey should be going for his own, but he's not. He's walling off, mate.
Whoa.
2 bases. Oh, he gets scouted! No!
It's already on the way. It does get scouted, unfortunately for GogojOey, but it's a little inconclusive for Yoger right now. However, when you wall off, it typically means that there's one building that the player gets more than anything else. I am of course talking about that Spire.
Yeah, Damuta. So this is a little bit of a rough start for GogojOey because Yoger, he has a lot of information. He doesn't have everything, but he has a lot. The one difference is that we do see +1 range on the way for GogojOey. So that does give us a bit of a tell that maybe he wants to commit more into a roach-based army. With the finishing of this lair, it is nicely lined up with this roach horn, and he can start roach speed.
There we go. All right then. It's gonna be a 2-base roach push coming out from GogojOey. Yoger once again doing such a good job of slipping these lings in. GogojOey completely skipping out on ling speed, only now grabbing it, and that's gonna be enough, more than enough of a tell here for Yoger.
Well, like, everything's just been scouted. It's insane. Like, Yoger saw the roach warren researching, so he knows it's going to be a strong 2-base push. He even double-checked to make sure there was no Spire, so he's well aware of that as well. And now, as a response, he is going to be making his own roaches.
He is, but the question is, what is the rest of the response coming out from him? I suppose since he did get that much earlier third base, he'll have better production regardless, so eventually he will be able to stall GogojOey. Plus, you know, he will have that defender's advantage, but if you want to play it very, very safe, then we typically see a Spire come out. Or not Spire, sorry, a Spine Crawler come out for the Zerg, the more defensive Zerg player.
Yeah, definitely. That will be a way to definitely secure yourself, and it's a little bit surprising that we don't see that. Yoger being relatively greedy, making another wave of drones. Meanwhile, I'm really curious to see if GogojOey wants to hit with +1, or if he wants to wait and hit with +2. Because he got scattered early on, the likelihood of this push working is lowered, and there we go. Gonna work on that second upgrade timing.
Alright. In the meantime, he can saturate that third base, deal with any potential harassments that Yoger is sending his way, and just get a larger roach count. He's already got a very respectable one to begin with.
That he does. Meanwhile, he's going to test the waters a little bit, dip in, check the third, confirms the roaches, and dips out.
He noped right out of that.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I don't want to end the game here. Okay, this is not how GogojOey ends, mate.
It's like, listen, I could end the game over here, but it wouldn't be in my favor. So.
Exactly. I want to win, mate.
Yeah.
Oh god. So again, that's one of the great things about this build. Like, if it goes unscouted and if you think your opponent is prepared, you can hit with +1. If not, hit with +2 and +1 carry base. Oh boy.
That said, Yoger is doing a really good job of keeping up with the upgrades. He's only a little bit behind when it comes to +2, and I think he might get Carapace sooner. No, I think it's a little bit behind as well, but not by much.
Oh my god!
Wait, what? Oh, the contaminate!
I saw the freeze on GogojOey's upgrade, and I was like, what? Mate, this contamination is huge. This is such a big brain play from Yoger. Oh my god.
Yoger's catching up slowly but surely on the upgrade count.
Yeah, he is. Man, I want to see the second contaminate.
So do I, but I don't think he has the energy, unfortunately.
Yeah,
he has another O's here.
He does. He does.
Oh, move it south, Yoger. Move it south. Or north, sorry. Move it north, Yoger.
Oh my god. So yeah, because of that, like the advantage, the timing that GogojOey wanted to hit, it's close enough. The upgrades are close enough where it's almost non-existent, mate. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And GogojOey is not that far ahead when it comes to the army count either. But supply capping Yoger, definitely a very good way of making sure that he can race ahead a little bit.
Yeah,
Get a little bit of an advantage on supply.
Yoger pulling a little bit of a laser there. 6 overlords in production. Jesus Christ.
Well, he's lost quite a few of them, so yeah he kind of has to. GogojOey,
well.
meanwhile, is getting a 4th. Did not expect that.
Yeah, 4th is on the way. You know, could be saturated, could just be for that added lava. Meanwhile, GogojOey, it's his turn to be a little bit supply blocked, so he has to be careful. Upgrades are about to finish up.
High ground! A little skirmish, but another player really wanting to move into a concave that their opponent's already setting up. GogojOey rotating around. Yoger will scout this.
Definitely.
There's ample time to rotate and deal with that, but
how did those biles hit that overlord, by the way? Jesus Christ.
Proximity trigger.
Sure, there we go.
Seeking, homing.
Yeah, and the roaches they're pushing on in. Upgrades have equalized.
That they have. It all comes down to positioning, and Yoger has a much better position.
That he does.
GogojOey is able to retreat quick enough.
Yeah, GogojOey is forced all the way back home. On top of that, because of the positioning of GogojOey, he actually lost a lot of his Ravagers as well. Unfortunately, they were on the front line instead of behind the Roaches of Yoger instead. And now Yoger has a little bit of momentum, but is it going to be enough to really break through?
We shall see. Defender's advantage. It's a pretty good unit. Yoger's able to utilize it really well just now, and now it's GogojOey's time. This one... Overlord, man. Yoger wants to get it.
He wants it, man, but not yet. Not yet. Meanwhile, Yoger's trying to force his way into the natural base. He does have the advantage of the additional Ravagers here, forcing the micro from GogojOey, and he's slowly pushing GogojOey back.
Yeah, keep in mind, even if the biles don't connect, every time the roaches move back, they aren't firing. That gives another... That's basically just an additional volley of roach attack. For the player who does bile, the defender's advantage is brilliant here for GogojOey, though. Yoger was trying to reinforce, but it still takes a while to move roaches across the map when you don't have creep, even with Galera Constitution. How are these overlords still alive, man? Jeez.
Get out, everyone. Cheese it! Yeah. Split, puppy, split, as the overlords are trying to escape, but a couple of them will get taken out. What's important, though, is now GogojOey, he has been on top of his upgrades. A +2 carapace is about to finish up. Yoger completely forgot about +2 and has just been chilling idle with 2-1.
Yeah? But he can definitely get away with that, because, again, we'll have to see how the positioning, what the positioning looks like. That said, if both players have pretty strong positions against each other, that upgrade will kick in like so.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Oh, but having is so awkward for GogojOey.
Yeah, it was. It started off really great for GogojOey, and then things got kind of awkward there. Oh my god, taking a lot of biles to the face, but he will be able to overwhelm this army of Yoger.
Able to chase him down in the retreat as well. The bile's going to cover the tracks for Yoger. He's keeping his Ravagers alive. GogojOey trying to remake his Ravagers now. Both players have 4 bases, but they're really not looking to saturate them yet. So Roach v Roach, wave of Roach against wave of Roach, again and again and again. Very classic ZvZ.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, GogojOey, he's just losing Overlord after Overlord. It's just Yoger has so much map control right now.
Or does he?
Does.
He does, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, some of these Overlords are surprisingly still alive.
Oh my God. Meanwhile, throughout all of this, we have a little bit of a run back here for GogojOey. He gets 4 drone kills and he pulls the entire army of Yoger back.
Pulling a bit of a ZVT here. Meanwhile, GogojOey does want to go for a bit of a flank. He's dragged so much of the army away. Now, Yoger sees this, but GogojOey has the high ground. He takes out the Roach Warren. Yoger will be able to remake Roaches for quite some time. He kind of splits up some of the reinforcements here.
That he does, and now this is an awful choke point for Yoger to try and push up, and oh God, he tries, but no, puppy, you don't want to do that.
I mean, he may have a chance with Biles, but we'll see if it's gonna be enough. Yoger trying to break on in. Biles are not gonna be enough here. Biles are not gonna be enough.
Oh, but he does find his way up the ramp. He does force his way up, and with this, he will be able to kill a lot of the Roaches of GogojOey, but the problem is that GogojOey can remake the Roaches. Yoger cannot. He still has to wait for the Roach Warren.
Yo, light. No concave there. Wow. A line of Roaches versus a line of Roaches. No Roaches that were body blocked or anything. That +2 carapace really kicking in for GogojOey, mate.
The carapace, and also just completely outmaneuvering and outpositioning Yoger there. The third base will go down, and now GogojOey just has so much momentum. Just what a way to really just stand out from his opponent there. Like, things were even for so long, or GogojOey was behind for so long.
GG is called. GogojOey takes that series 3-2. And he did it all for you, Caliber and Ender and Beastork and Mio Micah in the chat. GG. He will be moving on, the final player to qualify for the main event. Such a close series. Honestly, I feel like there were multiple points where, Yoger could have taken that series 3-1. GogojOey could have taken that series 3-1. At any point, a butterfly could have flapped his wings, and anything could have changed. The entire result could have been different.
Oh my God.
But with that, unfortunately, Yoger, again, it's a shame not to have him in the main event. He is such a strong Zerg player from Taiwan. But at the very least, Rex will be able to hold up that banner of Taiwanese Zerg. Him and Mystery Man, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things where it would have been a shame if Hong Kong didn't have a representative.
It really would have, yeah.
Yeah. After they had one for so long, and I'm just looking at the replay again. When GogojOey got into that position in between the third base and the natural, he was down in army supply. Like he straight up had less Roaches and less Ravagers in every single way. But he just had the better positioning. It was insane.
Absolutely. Positioning is the most important factor in a Roach v Roach. Positioning, supply, upgrades.
And also sniping the Roach Warren.
Well, well, I mean, that's part of supply, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're preventing your opponent from getting supply ahead of you.
Oh my God, that was an insane series, so back and forth. I was worried for so much of today because we never expected GogojOey to be knocked down to the lower bracket, and now he was able to make the comeback happen. The comeback was real. Also, a bit of a shout out. I don't know if you noticed, but we were talking about like a real Akuma, Mystery Man, like kind of like shaking the core of the earth, and he showed up in the chat.
He did. You heard us talk about that, and yeah, very nice showing, honestly, Mystery Man. If you're still here in the chat, you were a bit of a mystery, if we're being honest. But yeah, we really hope to see you do well in that main event. We should be getting groups tomorrow-ish, in less than 24 hours at the very least.
Yeah, I know that the admins are hard at work, very hard at work when it comes to generating those groups, and they will be available in the coming days. So yeah, congratulations to all the players who made it through to the main event here out of this close qualifier. It was so close, so intense. So many of these matches did go to the ace match.
Really did. 3 of the qualifying matches actually out of 4. This just goes to show how closely matched a lot of these players are, and how intense it is. I mean, we were talking about the open qualifiers of like Oceania, rest of Asia, and we were like, yeah, we're getting a little bit of a break from that, and at least for that particular region, the close qualifiers are gonna be less cutthroat in my opinion. But here in Taiwan, Hong Kong, Mongolia, Macau, Japan, nuh-uh, mate.
Yeah.
Foot on the pedal.
That was insane, mate. Oh my god. That was crazy. And again, as a reminder, that was only the very first closed qualifier. We have plenty more where that came from in all the other regions. So with that being closed, the qualifier book on Taiwan, Hong Kong, and next comes everything else.
That it does. For Taiwan, Hong Kong, there will be the main event. But aside from that, tomorrow we are going to be having our
North America.
I believe there's something in the morning. Yep, North America close qualifiers.
Yeah, boy.
Followed by the Oceania / rest of Asia close qualifiers. Followed by the China close qualifiers. So
yes.
And I don't think we should do it, but I know Light is kind of theorizing. Trying to do the math to see how possible it is. There's also ESL Open Cup Asia tomorrow, which we shouldn't be casting.
We shouldn't. I get it. I can take a hint. Yaku, we shouldn't. No,
but we may.
Look. I hear you loud and clear. Okay, Yaku. Clearly, you just don't want to do it. You just don't have the passion for it, right? You just don't want to cast StarCraft. Yeah. You just don't want to do it. Yeah. What the hell?
I fucking hate those Asian players. Those Korean players. I fucking hate those Korean players. That's what I'm saying.
God.
Fucking Byun, get out of here, mate. Zest, get out of here, mate.
I think we should make it here that Yaku has some deep, deep love for Byun and Zest. So don't take that too seriously. We are
context.
Yeah, we are always there.
Get out of here.
We are always.
I just spent a week fanboying over here.
We are always there for ESL Open Cup Asia, but unfortunately, because of all these qualifiers and because we are committed to covering all the qualifiers as well in English, we will not be casting ESL Open Cup Asia tomorrow. But as Yaku said, we do have 3 DreamHack closed qualifier casts tomorrow: North America, Oceania, and China.
Zero. And I'm just gonna say, another thing to, I guess, another case against doing that tomorrow as well. You almost didn't wake up in time for the Oceania qualifiers.
For Oceania, I woke up like 30 minutes before. It's fine.
Oh,
it's fine. Thankfully, I had set up all the assets and everything before I had a nap. So I did have a nap.
Smart.
Oh god. But yes, also we cannot forget, shout out to Calibre GG in the chat for all the bits popping off here. His boy GogojOey. Oh, it was close, mate. It was close. It was
very close.
It was clutch towards the end, but he made it through, mate. He made it through. Be proud of your boy GogojOey. Again, he's the king of Hong Kong. He's the best player in Hong Kong. One of the best players in this region as well. So it's great for you to have him on your team and for you to support him the way you do.
A little fun fact from Sinistro: we have the exact same players in the main event that we had last season.
Ooh. Okay.
But the seeding, the groups will probably be different.
There you go.
I wonder if GogojOey will finally avoid his nemesis But Always this season.
We'll see. We'll see if he avoids But Always in the group stage. Fingers crossed.
2 seasons in a row, GogojOey beats But Always in the first round and then loses to him in the decider.
Yeah, in the decider match.
Jesus.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But with this, we are done for the day. I am looking forward to embracing the sweet kiss of death in bed, and then being reborn in the morning.
It so badly.
For those wondering, our next broadcast will be. Let's get a number on this. Let's
about 9-ish hours. Less than 9 hours, if my math is right.
It is,
which usually isn't.
Yeah, it is going to be, as unfortunately the event has not been approved on TL. Shake it. Wait, what?
Huh?
Yeah, the Oh, that's interesting. Oh wait, no, there it is. I'm just blind. It is going to be in 8 hours. 8 hours.
There we go.
8 hours?
Yeah, 8 hours. Yeah. Less than 9 hours, as I was saying.
There we go. So in 8 hours, I'm going to be casting DreamHack North America Closed Qualifier with the infamous, the amazing, the beautiful, the gluttonous Milk and Cookies.
I had an idea of who was gonna be when you kept going, and then finally you said gluttonous. So I was like, all right,
You know who it is.
I know exactly who it is.
You know who it is. I love Milk and Cookies, and we have a lot of fun together when we cast. So look forward to that in 8 hours. We're gonna be live. Ish. Meanwhile, in less than 24 hours, I'm sure Calibre wants to be there for the DreamHack Oceania qualifier because that is where me and Micah will be competing.
Mm-hmm. In the closed qualifiers, I'm pretty sure me and Micah's in the main event.
Oh, true, he's in the main event. True,
yeah.
true. Right, yo.
Yeah, we're used to Mio Micah having to make his way through the closed qualifiers.
He's already made it through, mate. He's made it through.
But he's already done. Yeah,
but mate,
the main event, runner-up from last season. Mate.
A bit of a tease because we already know what we're gonna cast for Oceania. Risky versus Starduck.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yo, I think
it's double him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Risky's gonna need it, mate. He's gonna need it. that lower bracket. Let's be real. Oh god. But with that, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you had a good time. Yaku, why don't you tell the people who the hell you are, man?
Who am I?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you?
What
are you?
Who am I? What is my purpose?
What is your...
Why am I? Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. I ain't gonna stream. Alright? So, that's all I'm gonna say. But if I do, it's over there. Twitter.com/Yakuzaku. I will announce when I stream over there. But if I forget, !Discord in the chat. You can find myself, you can find Light, you can find Kuro, you can find all of our other CranKy Ducklings and CranKy affiliates hanging out around there. Other than that, buy my shirts. I can find you, Light.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. You can find me at Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do stream occasionally throughout the week. Some fun ladder sessions, you know, we chill, we improve, and it's nothing, you know, it's not some high-level play like you would see on, I don't know, like Oreo or maybe, no, not really Starduck. But yeah, some of these other pro gamer channels. But we like to have some fun.
Yo, high-level Kerrigan survival, though.
True. Starduck's got you. He's got you covered. But you can follow me there. You can follow me on the social medias as well for when I go live. But more importantly, follow us here on the CranKy Ducklings as we are live every single day, multiple times a day for the next week. Casting nothing but DreamHack. We just finished up all the DreamHack Open qualifiers. Now we are dipping our toes into the closed qualifiers, and there are still many more to come. So hit that follow button, and if you want to support us, then you can take it one step further and support us on Patreon or here on Twitch, as we do have, well, as again, any money that we do make here on Twitch and on Patreon goes straight towards the players. We don't just have like a casting team, we also have a professional team, and we are going to have players in some of those closed qualifiers, in the majority of those closed qualifiers. So we're going to be cheering for them hard. We're going to be following their runs as they try to make their way through to the main event of DreamHack. So be sure to at least tune in to those matches. And yeah, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We tweet and post whenever we go live. And if you want to tune into some of our casts, but you cannot tune in live, then check us out on YouTube. We do upload all of our VODs to our YouTube channel, so you can tune in there if you cannot make it to our live broadcast.
I agree.
And with that, Yaku, do you have anything you want to add?
Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system.
Facts. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys
tomorrow.
We'll see you in 8 hours. Ciao.
Bill.